Hi, Asmika. You're online. What happened?
Hi, Parsa. I'm
Hi,
Victoria.
Asmika. Ooh, lucky. Hi, guys. I'm Parsa from Health Illusion.
And I'm with Mika, also from Health Illusion.
And as you can see, this episode is also different. It's kind of similar to last week, where I was online, and this time Asmika's online. So, Asmika, where are you?
I'm in Puerto Rico on vacation, so I'm recording the episode from here.
Lucky. Okay, so guys, this week's episode is like the fun episode. If you guys remember from last month, we kind of explained what the fun episode is about. It's just like more chill and it's more of a relaxed like format. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, in honor of entering 2026, we're going to talk about New Year's resolutions and reflection on 2025.
Yes, guys, so it's time to take everything we learned from the last previous weeks of this month and it's time to apply it to our New Year's resolution goals, which we're going to talk about today. And it's also important that we first do a reflection. So let's get started.
Let's first discuss our own 2025 and highs and lows about it. Parsa, what were some of your favorite parts about the year?
So I would say my hands down 100% my favorite part of this year was summer. 100% summer 2025. It was a really great summer. I was really just like out with my friends and I was able to just enjoy it before starting my freshman year of high school. So I would say that was definitely a high just the whole summer. And then another one would definitely have to be probably like the beginning of 2025. It was really fun. That's when I first like started dyeing my hair and getting highlights. So it was really fun to experiment during that time.
Yeah, that's so fun. I love that. And if you could do this year over again, what would you change?
I would change maybe like some of my habits academic wise.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I was just, especially towards the end of the year, when we started freshman year, I think if I just stopped procrastinating, I think it would have been better. So that's something I would change my academic wise because I think it would have just made the year like less stressful for me. And so that way I would have been able to enjoy it more.
Mm-hmm.
And
How will this impact your mindset entering 2026?
so impacting my mindset entering 2026, I think this is going to help me make like a better plan so I can have that like academic and like social life balance. And so that way it's just like a less stressful year like in general for me.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
Oh.
So what about you with Mika? What would you say your high of 2025 was?
I think my high of 2025 was actually freshman year. I think I really thrive at the school we go to, and I love the social relationships I made, especially with you. Like I couldn't have met you without the school we go to.
Oh, right.
I've met like some of my bestest friends at this school.
And what would you say if you could go back and change anything? Like, what would you change?
I would say we have kind of opposite answers actually. I would say I want to be more productive in summer because I feel like there was always like bed nodding and like not doing anything like fun or anything. So I just want to be more productive and more like out and about rather than just sitting at home.
Yeah. And how do you think that's gonna help you like with 2026 and keeping in
I
mind
think
like your
it's going
goals?
to make me try to achieve more of a balance between like breaks and also like help me like know what to do during like times with no school and like less responsibilities and how to stay productive during those times.
Yeah, for sure. And so we just talked about our highs of 2025 and then kind of doing a quick reflection of that. And it was like a really fun year, like honestly, like let's just talk about it.
I found it really fun because of freshman year and definitely the end of middle school was really fun because everyone was just like really lighthearted and free.
Those last few months were honestly the best. I can't lie. This year was a pretty good year.
Yeah, I completely agree.
But with those highs, like lows, there's also like the lows of 2025. So what would you say is like one of your lowest times of 2025?
I think my low of 2025 was probably like the beginning of 2025.
Really?
Like I didn't really like feel good during that time. Like I was always like I was like procrastinating more and like just like bed
Mm,
rotting. So I think I should have been more locked in, but I got better.
that's good. What's like one thing that helps you like get better?
I think one thing that helped me get better was like social like support because
Mm,
all my friends like I was telling them about this and they were just like, oh like I can like help you get back into the groove of like logging in and stuff. So I feel like that was really helpful, like having that network of support to help
yeah.
get back.
No, yeah, for sure. Having like that group is like always supportful. And we talked about that like with our habits and like the last few episodes with like winter arcs and habits. How about like how having those social groups like is really helpful.
I completely agree with that. Parsa, what about you? What has been your low of 2025?
My lowest time, honestly, it was like spring of this year. It was one of the best times, but at the same time, like one of my lowest, if that makes sense. So
Mm-hmm.
like spring, so like March, May, April, around that time. And it was just like I wasn't surrounding myself like with the best people and everything. And as much like it was very fun, but it was also like low-key just like one of my lowest points. Like a lot of like self-reflection needed to be done, you know?
Yeah.
And then yeah, for
And,
sure.
and what helped you get out of that low time?
Okay, so one thing I used was journaling and kind of like self affirmations, and like I just needed to do like a self reflection, and yeah, so that like the affirmations and just like the manifestation, a lot of that like helped me get out of like the place I was and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So now let's discuss our New Year's resolutions, how we made it, and how we plan on achieving it. So my New Year's resolution is to stay productive when there are less responsibilities and like prioritize the balance between like academic and social life.
Mm-hmm.
And I formulated it by thinking about like I formulated it by doing this reflection and thinking about like hi what was not a good part about like 2025, and I basically just looked at that and I thought about the goal that I wanted to have, and I plan on achieving it by like I plan on achieving it by just making sure I always have something to do and like something to do that's helpful. So like for example, I think I'm going to do like a summer course and I'm going to just try to keep myself busy with like my interests and stuff for like college applications.
Ooh, yeah. One thing like that would be helpful for sure is like making sure you have like an agenda or like a calendar. So that way you
Mm-hmm.
can track all your things. So that way you don't get like lost and you can have that like balance. And then like that way you can see like if you have free time you can like do like a hobby or like an extra activity. So that way like you're productive like you said.
And how about you, Parsa? What's your New Year's resolution?
So that's kind of funny that you said you need like to focus on being like productive whenever you don't have like enough tasks to do. I feel like for me it's the opposite. I need to like whenever I have like a lot of things to do, I have to like make sure to keep myself goal oriented and like make sure I get those things done, because for me it can seem like really overwhelming. And so I feel like whenever I have like only a few things to do, like it's easy, but whenever I have like a lot of tasks, I really have to focus on breaking the tasks down, so I like figure out like what I can actually do, you know what I mean, without getting like overwhelmed. And
Mm-hmm.
so I would say like to formulate that goal. Again, like you said, it's just about the reflections. Like guys, you have to reflect on your 2025, because when you like reflect and you take those like analyzations, that's like the only way you're gonna like make New Year's resolution goals that are actually gonna like stick and work. Because if you don't know what you have to work on, then you don't know like how are you going to improve. If you don't know what to work on, how are you going to actually get better, you know? You have to like have an idea. And so that's why like reflections are really important. And like it can be difficult trying to reflect all at once. Also just like journaling daily helps remember things. But anyway, going back to kind of what we were talking about, yeah, so just like reflections help me formulate my goal. And so what was like the other thing, how you're going to stick with it?
Yeah.
So how I'm gonna stick with my goal and kind of like follow my plan through is I'm just gonna make sure I like break steps down, and I'm gonna make sure I kind of keep like track of everything, and so I'm not like losing anything. And also like time blocks. I think I like talked about this in winter arcs, but as an example, but like time blocks is something I want to start doing, and like just chunking out my days like with time blocks so that way I'm kind of like keeping on track with what I'm doing, and I'm also not like overwhelming myself with too many things at once.
Okay, that's great. And now let's talk about how to actually make New Year's resolution for you guys. So
Yes.
first you want to know your intentions and what exactly do you want out of your resolutions. So for example, for ours, we like looked at a bad spot in our 2025 and we want to fix that bad spot. And then you want to create a targeted plan, and using plans from the internet is a great way to start making goals. So like using like TikTok and social media and just getting like goal like already made goals and using that to like cater to
Like
your
as a template.
yeah, like a template, exactly. And it can be difficult, so that's like a great way to start like learning how to make goals, because templates really help you understand the goal making process a lot better.
Yeah. So some like questions to ask yourself while you're like reflecting 2025, because like it's important you do like a reflection of your year, because again that's the only way you're gonna know what you actually have to work towards so you can make like those good goals. So some things to keep in mind while doing your reflections are kind of just like thinking, what were my highest points of 2025, what were my lowest, what are just some things I have to keep in mind, what were some like repeating habits of mine, whether they were like good habits or bad habits.
Habits.
Yes, guys, make sure you go watch our other episodes from this month about habits, winter resets, and winter arcs, so that way you can take full account of your winter and you can like actually be productive. But yeah, so you just want to like ask yourself these questions, and like if you want us to include some of these questions, we can for sure like do like an Instagram post or something, and where we can include more of these like prompts and stuff for you guys, which actually might be something I'm gonna do. I might like do an Instagram post, because I think it's really helpful to have these like questions, you know, to ask yourself while reflecting.
Exactly. And to stay consistent with your New Year's resolutions, you create some sort of reward system. So, Karsha, do you want to expand on that?
Yeah, so we always talked about this, and I think we talked about this like during habits also. But basically, a reward system is just gonna like help you, give you something to like look forward to, so you actually stay like motivated. And so it doesn't always have to, and you shouldn't make your goal you shouldn't make your reward something that's gonna set back your goal. So for example, if your goal is to go to the gym every day, you shouldn't make your reward like to skip a day if it's not like your rest day, because that's just gonna set you back from your goal of being consistent. Because so even like though you like deserve like a reward, like make it something else. So for example, if you're consistent all week with the gym, maybe instead of giving yourself like or skipping another day, which you know is gonna mess up like your consistency and it's not like one of your rest days, instead you could maybe like go to a coffee shop after you went to the gym, or maybe you go out for like a nice dinner at night or something.
And next, we're going to talk about creating an accountability network who push you to keep going with the goal.
Yeah.
So for this, we've already talked about okay, just a social support group. I don't think we need to say.
Yeah, so you can have like social support groups. There's also like apps you can use to like track your habits and stuff, and like your chores. Like I know I have one that I use to track things because I forget things. So you can use stuff like that. And when it comes to accountability, like you just have to like be accountable for your actions. Like if you mess up also what you're trying to do, like your New Year's resolution goal, so like let's say it's January and you're actually trying to like practice your goal, and then you like mess up one day and you like skip, let's say like going to the gym, like going back to that example, like it's fine, you just have to hold yourself accountable and like move on. Like don't punish yourself for it. Just
and
be accountable.
Next, talking about how to go into 2026 with a clean slate. So just cutting out negativity and toxicity, and don't interact with people who bring you down, and spend more time with people who light you up.
Yeah, so just make sure to like cut out negative like parts of your life, and I know it's like easier said than done, and like things are gonna like fall apart, but like things are going to fall apart, and that's like a part of the process. Like you have to be okay with like the uncomfortable feeling, because like for things to get better and for you to make room for new things in your life, you have to like let go of those old things. So that can be like a painful and uncomfortable process, but like that's why you have like this last like week, 2 weeks of 2025, so you can like kind of get like a head start, so you can like kind of like, you know, put your feet into the water, so that way you're not like super uncomfortable when you start 2026, but rather like you're already like you're getting the hang of things, you know.
And next is organizing your life and yourself. So having a clean room and making sure you can keep track of everything efficiently. So just like organization, prioritizing that. And next is don't forget your past, but forgive it. So for this one, Parsa, would you like to expand on it?
Yeah, for sure. So what was the thing again? Don't
forget your past, but forget.
Yeah,
But
forgive it. So what that means, don't forget your past, but forgive it. Whatever happened in 2026 or like years previous, you don't want to forget it. You want to reflect on it, and you want to like remember the things that went wrong, the things that went bad. If people have done things to you, if you've done things to people, good or bad, like you want to stay accountable of everything, and you want to track it, and you want to do like a big reflection, and you just want to stay like accountable. You don't want to like forget what happened, because you can't like reflect and learn and like make those new goals if you forget. But one thing you do want to do is, was it forgive? Don't forget, but forgive your past. Yeah, but
like make sure your past doesn't define you.
Yeah, like you don't want to have your past define you. So like don't forget, like I said, like reflect, but at the same time forgive yourself. So if something went wrong, like it's whatever, like you're starting a new month, new year, new you, don't worry about it, you know. Something I quickly want to bring up, I thought it was funny that you talked about like clean room, like clean space and stuff, because that kind of reminds me of the conversation we were having earlier about like me building my like desk and stuff. So guys, like I'm currently in my
building his desk.
I'm currently in my living room. We were supposed to originally, like I was gonna film up in my bedroom, but basically my bedroom is not the cleanest it's not the cleanest right now, because I'm currently in the middle of just like redecorating my room, and I'm currently like building my desk, so there's like pieces of it like on the floor everywhere, and like nails and bits. So but yeah, that like reminds me, so I'm like decluttering my room and making sure like I clean it out, and I'm building new furniture and stuff, so that way like I just know for 2026 I'm gonna have like that clear room, so that way like it doesn't affect my mindset, you know. So I thought that was like the perfect example of like kind of what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's a great example actually. So last point on this is improving your own mindset and embracing a growth mindset. And basically a growth mindset is the only way you can achieve your goals. Like, I'm sorry to say this, but it's like the only way. And starting out 2026 with a positive growth mindset is extremely important to building on your resolutions.
If you have a fixed mindset in 2026, literally what are you even doing? Because it's 2026, you're not going to get anything done. Like respectfully, you have to fix that mindset.
Yeah, we can do like an episode on that later.
Yeah, like fixed mindset versus growth mindset. But yeah, those are just some things to keep in mind while you're reflecting and writing New Year's resolution goals. For 2026, we're going to talk about goals soon, so stay tuned. We'll get like more specific on like actually writing goals and like sticking with them. But we just wanted to do a quick, short, fun episode. So yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed. This was just like our personal little reflection on 2026 and just some like tips on writing New Year's resolution goals and reflecting on 2025 and like getting ready for 2026 for you guys also. So yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed. That's it for this episode. We'll see you guys next week. That's Health Illusion signing out. Until next time, guys.